Unsurpassed, telecast. It's the 10 items or less podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to 10 Items or Less, a show where we take a normal podcast and we run it through the express lane. You know the format. We ask a guest 10 random questions. Do we get to see them all? Who knows? My guest today is one of my favorite people in comedy. I've met him recently, and he is just become one of my all-time favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is Chance Nichols.
Hello, world. How are you doing out there? That was really sweet of you.
Oh, dude, and I mean it.
What a beautiful intro.
That's the best part about having your own show is it's like I don't have to do anything anymore. We're doing this in my apartment. Like it's not like
it's a cool
spot,
too.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, bud.
I like Mork from Ork, and I like Turbo Man.
Yeah, of course.
This is awesome.
You're the only person that's ever actually gone through the background, which I love.
Well, it's really good. You've got a really good retention wall going here. And what I mean by that is, will this be on YouTube?
Yeah, of course.
It's as a YouTube nerd, having colorful, textured backgrounds of things, it catches the eye and makes you want to watch longer. Yeah. That's just a little pro tip.
Well, that's the whole goal right here.
Uh-huh.
Well, Chance, you ready to get into it?
Yeah, 10 questions. Oh, boy.
All right. First question. We'll keep it simple. What do you think is your biggest beauty secret? That's the reaction that I wanted right there when I asked that question.
Well, anytime I try to get near a beauty aisle in a store, I get beaten with a stick by an assistant manager. That's
of course.
Like, you get back to the yard. My biggest beauty secret, I would say conditioning really well, because I got these curly locks here. Course. So trying to I truly douse like a quarter of a bottle of conditioner onto my hair anytime I do like a thorough rinse. I also I'm a big all natural guy. I don't believe in a lot of these like chemicals and creams and things like that.
Right.
Obviously I don't have the best skin in the world, but it's like I just kind
it's
of
not bad.
Thank you. I do get complimented on it often. But I try to just keep it all no oils and I don't know, and people are going to be mad at me for saying it, but it's like I kind of just, whatever God's giving me on my face. I don't know. That's not.
I like it.
Thank you.
I dig that. I pegged you. That was a much better answer than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it was going to be like, sometimes I use my shampoo as face wash.
Right.
That's what I was like. That's the secret to keeping the skin great.
Well, that's the thing is, I tried to use a face wash there for a while, and maybe I will. I'm not. Anything can change, but there for a while I tried to use a face wash. But most male quote unquote beauty products are so embarrassing to buy because it's the name of the face wash is Wolf's Bane, chainsaw leather facial tissue, and I'm I just can't. I'll just rinse off.
Or the amount of products you get sold by people that have bad versions of those things,
right?
Like the idea that so many shampoos for men are sold by men that don't have hair.
That's right. Mr. Clean is hawking a new 2-in-1.
It's the worst, dude.
Yeah,
it's so bad, and it's everything's waterfall onto lava rock, and you're God, that isn't. None of those smells are great.
That's not what I need.
You just described sulfur. Do you know that?
It's I kind of confronted my masculinity on a football field in Missouri when I was 17. If you could just give me something that works, that would be fine.
And this sounds like the beginning of an Emily Dickens novel. Well, back on a football field in Missouri.
Yep, I lost God that day
when I was 17. All right, this next question. Very simple. Sea turtles or red pandas?
Sea turtles. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
I got to go with the sea turtles because they live longer. And I think it's a moral failing to die young.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting. Well, I didn't know you were going to bring life and death into it. I was like, oh, which one's cuter?
Cute animals.
But I will say we had a debate about this which one, because I literally picked two of my favorite cutest animals, and the sea turtle one.
Yeah.
I love sea turtles, but I did think that sea turtles live way longer.
They do.
And they have less natural predators.
It's true. They're just out there drifting.
Red panda's biggest predator is people trying to squeeze those chubby cheeks because they're just so cute.
Yeah, get
they're
over here.
so cute.
I'm hopping the fence at the zoo. There's nothing they can do to stop me.
You just want to put a fourth of a bottle of conditioner on them.
Right. That's right. Get them nice and lush. I had a tortoise as a pet, a little box tortoise as a pet.
Wow.
His name was Frank, short for Franklin, from the TV show Franklin.
Of course.
Yeah. And it got to the point where my parents stopped caring to take care of it, so they took him and they just put him in like a forest somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's out there.
They just let him.
They said, "Go be free, animal," and he's probably still alive because those things live like 80 years.
There's no other end to that story possible. Wow, Franklin,
yeah.
I like that.
I also
You've endeared yourself to me more and more with each question. I just want you to know that.
beautiful. I love it.
You ready for the next one?
Answer.
The next one, very simple. Think about your tombstone many years from now. Would you rather have a bad quote on your tombstone or a bad picture?
Bad picture, because at that point I won't care what I look like.
Right.
Because I'll be, up partying with, my grandparents and Elvis
Kinnison.
and Sam Kinison,
Right.
and Elvis Costello and all the other various Elvises. But there were the voice actor for Hey Arnold, the voice actor for Ducky from Land Before Time, who God rest her soul, she left us too early.
What an obscure poll!
I just spend the rest of the time.
Ducky from Land Before Time!
Yep.
Oh my gosh! Dude. We're not going to be able to use any of this because I'm losing my mind. Dude,
This is good.
For a second, I think it took me off guard because I thought you were just reading my wall over there. You were just picking things off the wall.
Oh, it started there, but then...
Like the usual suspects, you were just picking... I was like, wait a minute, those are both... And then you caught me with the Ducky uppercut.
Yeah.
That was like a fatality.
Well, what can I say? I'm quick. It's early, but I'm quick. It's early for me.
I do feel like a bad picture, though, can be funny.
It'll be, it's hilarious. Like, if it's just me, like, I've just gotten out of a pool and I've eaten a sandwich, I'm just going to... Hello. Yeah, no, that's... Because a bad quote... I don't know. I just have such specific... I don't know what I would even want as a quote on my tombstone.
It's hard. Point. But I think that's the thing, is it's like, if it's bad...
Yeah,
it meant something to you at the time, and it just didn't age well.
Yeah, like Coney 2012.
Yeah,
if that was
exactly.
if that's the quote
exactly
on my
right.
tombstone, it's like, well, that didn't age well. He's actually a pretty bad guy. Yeah, no, I would maybe put like. Have you seen those videos where I think there's maybe one video of this actually where it's like an Irish funeral and they put like a speaker in the casket by the guy, like the dead person requested this, and it's playing his voice going, "Help me out of here! Hey, what are you doing?" Yeah, I'm like, that's fun. That's something I would do.
It also feels like I'm not saying anything bad about Irish people because you can see this beard. There's some of that in there.
Yeah.
Bouncing around. Mm-hmm. I just don't feel like Irish people. Like, I don't feel like that's the group to really like take a swing at.
Yeah.
Because like they don't handle emotions well.
No,
at all.
Yeah,
especially tragedy.
It's pretty grim over there.
And you're like, hey, what if we just a family that jumps into a bottle at every opportunity?
Right. What if we had a little brevity at the funeral? And it's just like, no, nanny, we're gonna go, and we're all gonna be under the table. Yeah, that's fun.
Next question. You ready?
Yes, sir.
What is your airport routine?
Ooh, buddy, I love this one.
Yeah.
All right. So up until, it's funny you're asking me, up until this current tour that I'm on,
that tour is what? I just feel like this is a time for. Did I go too hard into it?
No, it's funny.
I just thought it'd be a good time for self promotion.
Yeah, why not?
Let the people know what you're doing
Right now, and this will be far in the past at this point, we are on the So True Live tour right now. Is a podcast that I do with my pal Caleb Heron, and we are touring it all around the nation and Canada, and we have our final show actually tonight in Nashville, so you missed it. If you didn't see it, sorry, we're not doing any more. But we've been on tour since the end of February, and up until that point, my airport routine was I was the guy that got there like 2.5 hours early, before the flight takes off, because I used to always say I'd rather be 2 hours early than 2 seconds late, which is I've fought my whole life to defeat this other half of me that is just like a dad from Missouri. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be a cool guy that lives in LA and does all these things, but deep down, all I want is to just really throw a football hard at a kid's birthday party. But my airport routine.
That's all I've ever wanted.
I know. It sounds nice. I'm all-time QB. My airport routine is I like to get there. I don't have pre-check, which a lot of people. Yeah. Okay, dude, I knew you were a brother.
I'm gonna tell you something. The people that you travel with hate that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Both of the people that I'm on tour, Caleb and Virginia, our tour manager and social media manager, they both have pre-check, global, all the stuff, and I don't have any of that, and I have not going. I guess it's over, so it's fine. I haven't missed a flight. Sometimes I beat them through security, which they really hate.
Yeah.
But I like to get there. I'm very militant about getting my stuff out for the TSA people. Like, I've got a whole little all right, I'm 10 feet out, unzip the backpack with the laptop sleeve, have the laptop ready, shoes are untied already to be popped off and ready to roll up onto the cart. Got it all just in my head, perfect every time. I want to win. I want to win the TSA's approval. I want them to go, this guy.
This is everything that I love. I love this so much. In fact, that was one of the reasons I started wearing suspenders under my shirt.
Ooh.
So because I need a belt. I need something to hold my pants up. But I found out if you have a belt, they make you take it off. If you have suspenders, they don't make you take it off.
Really?
Yeah. So I rock it like that, and you can go.
Awesome.
Yeah. I even do a thing where I have my hat, and so I have my backpack, and I take my hat and I put it into the thing and I push it in. So there's like a little tray.
Yeah.
So I put my wallet, headphones, all that stuff. It's like a little tray.
Smart.
And then my ticket, everything goes in there, and I clasp it so nobody can see it.
Wow.
In the backpack, and then when I take it out, and it's all I can put it all
ready to roll.
Yeah.
What a move. Okay, I got to start stealing that because I usually have a hat, but I'm not wearing it. So that's really good. But once I get through security, I like to go immediately and get a coffee of some kind just to get the bowels moving a little bit. I'll usually try to hit, if I'm hungry, I try to just get a Jersey Mike's, some sort of a sandwich, something that I can take on the go because I like to walk. I'm the person that also, I like to walk to the gate no matter what just to make sure it exists.
For sure.
I was like, all right, there's A34. Yep, there she is. All right. And then I always try to go to the bathroom as soon as when they make that call, we're going to start boarding here in a little bit. Blah, 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 blah. If you need a seat assignment, please come see me. That's my cue to go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom. I try to get it all out of my system because I hate I hate the lavatory. And then I go, and I will say, and I'm sorry to say, I also don't like checking a bag. So what that means is I'm the guy who I do stand up as soon as boarding starts, regardless of where my seat is.
Of course.
Because I want to be first in line, whatever boarding group I'm in, so that I can get an overhead bin space.
Of course.
So that's it.
I mean, dude, I feel like everything except for the check bag.
Yeah.
I feel like we're separated at birth.
You like to check a bag.
I'll go down to as far as looking for Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
I always look for a Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's everything that you said is just exactly the way that I do it.
All right.
But I'm lucky enough that because I'm a big person, and I fly Southwest.
Oh God.
We get an extra seat.
Nice.
So
okay.
I like to call it the if you want to hang out with me at Southwest, I call it the luxury row.
Luxury row at Southwest. That sounds
Because I get the extra seat. So anybody that sits next to me, we got a little
rocking and rolling.
Yeah, I like to put the tray down. And it's like we got a this is our first. Yeah, exactly right. This is
That's
our first
awesome.
class lounge. Right here.
I've been fortunate enough on this tour that we've had some pretty nice upgrades and stuff on like Delta and United, just because we've been using them so constantly. And I gotta tell you, it's gonna be hard to go back. It's gonna be really once you've tasted a Delta One seat flight from like LA to Boston. It's
touching the coast.
Yeah.
Touching the coast direct without having to go through Iowa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's special. That's special.
But that's good but I got to tell you, going back to non-direct flights, it's kind of nice because you're like, it's nice to see a Quiznos again in an airport. You know what I mean?
It's nice to see. That's a nice thing to see.
You're like, I thought these died out. You're like, but here they are.
Wow.
Or Ruby Tuesdays in the airport. This is crazy.
Right? Yeah. No one's working there, but the salad bar is well stocked.
Oh, dude. As long as those croutons and Ruby Tuesdays are there, we were talking about it. Like, how can a restaurant be so bad, but they do a crouton so well?
That's their one thing.
That was when I lived.
One thing.
I lived in Joplin, Missouri, and
No
they had
way.
Ruby Tuesdays right on the highway.
Sure.
And we, like, I'm sure, of course. Yeah. Like, that was the fun part about living in Joplin, Missouri. I think Southern Missouri is great because you look at the towns there. They love to eat. Mm-hmm. It's their favorite thing to do is eating. Oh yeah. And so you go to a town and you're like, wait a minute, y'all have 2 Golden Corrals?
Correct.
Like, how do you... Having one is a miracle. You have 2. You have 2.
That's absolutely
You got one
right.
on the north side and the south side of town.
Oh, and buddy, let me tell you, you're talking about Springfield, where I'm from, and with the South Side Golden Corral is like a beautiful experience with your family. We'd go there like before church. They'd have like underprivileged youths like working and like in like a work study program, helping like bus tables, and everybody's smiling. It's next to it. You can see a Chuck E. Cheese from this Golden Corral, and then the North Side Golden Corral, it's like spiders and rats running. Yeah. You'd be lucky to get out of there alive.
We're going to tear this one down as soon as it stops making a profit, but it is still going.
We are slinging this mac and cheese.
Next question. Which one would you rather have in your life? You would always get your burger order wrong or always get your coffee order wrong?
Oh, boy. Burger order, I think.
Really?
I think I'd rather do burger order, and here's why. So my coffee order is just black coffee.
Right.
So if that was to be wrong, it would mean something has been added to the liquid mixture, which is impossible to change. If my burger order is wrong, if they've added an extra thing, I can just take it off.
Fair.
But that's, there's really 3 things that can go wrong with a burger. Well, 4. 1, they cooked the patty wrong. I can't fix that. I can't change that. I'm not Zeus. 2, they've forgotten something. And that I could go ask, but if it's a drive-through and I'm 10 miles down the road, that also I really can't control. I'm not Krishna.
I also feel like you have a healthy amount of condiments in your place to fix the missing thing.
We're gonna whip it up. I got some American cheese on deck. I got plenty of stuff. 3, the other thing that could go wrong is they added something I didn't want. Now that's my sweet spot. I can take off the tomatoes because I'm allergic to tomato. So I take off the tomato. Dude. I'll do something like that. I'll remove. I can physically alter the burger. And of course, the 4th thing that could go wrong is we say the wrong thing to Russia and we all get blown up. And if that happens, no one's getting a burger.
Oh my gosh! I wasn't ready for that one. I was like, what's the 4th thing?
The old switcheroo.
And that's what we call a rug pull in the business.
There you go.
So since we're talking about food,
yes, sir.
I'm going to go to my next question.
Okay.
Which I'm so excited about this. Next question is, if you could eat one food item from a movie, what food item would you pick?
Oh my God.
We will also accept a meal. from a movie.
A meal from a movie.
Because we tossed it around a bunch.
Yeah, I can only imagine. My gosh. Wow. This is something that I have thought about a lot. I know probably the typical answer, I don't know why this would be the typical answer, but like the pizza from like a Goofy movie or whatever, like the cheesy
that's a good
pizza,
one.
that's up there for me. But I would say, gosh, I would love to eat the meal that they ate after they buried the body in Goodfellas. You know what I'm talking
Interesting.
about? Like that
at his mom's house.
At his mom's house.
Because you want to know what De Niro's putting ketchup on.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, what the Irishman's doing to ruin our culture. Yeah, it's that, and it's also can it be a TV show?
It could be anything.
Okay, there is. I would want to eat. There was a like a mashed potatoes and chicken situation it was a made for. Well, I don't think it was a made for TV movie. It was a VHS release. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
Yeah,
where Scooby and Shaggy, they're in this New England town and they're eating this like spread from this restaurant, and there was like a chicken and dumpling and potato situation there where they ate so much. This man the guy who owned the restaurant was like, "Sorry boys, I'm all out of food. I gotta go to the market." He had to go to the grocery store to get them more food. So that as well. I'm starting with the Italian dinner. I'm topping it off with the Scooby-Doo thing, and then for dessert, ice cream from Jimmy Neutron.
Interesting.
Have you seen Jimmy Neutron?
Of course.
Okay. The ice cream that they get from their little diner that they all hang out at, like Google it. It looks delicious.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm doing that.
I'm going to tell you something. I love that every one of your things were deep cuts.
Yeah.
I love that. Because I was talking about mine, and mine were all kind of deep cuts as well. We were talking about it, and because Mac asked me what I thought.
Yeah.
And mine was the DuckTales movie where they go and they get the lamp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They discover the thing. Yep. Christopher Lloyd is the voice or whatever. The weird magician guy.
Yeah, magician professor.
I always wanted Scrooge's sandwich that he has in that his secretary brings him. It just has olives and money in it. I don't know why. It just looks. It has like the money signs and the toothpicks.
Yeah,
and it just looks so delicious. I don't know why.
I think that's great.
And I think that and the meal that the kids eat in Hook. The imaginary
meal. Yeah.
I mean that and possibly the dinner from Mrs. Doubtfire that he orders and then puts on the plate.
He pretends that it's
with the little cake. What do those carrots do? Well, how does that taste?
That's hilarious.
Because it looks like you're putting cane sauce on carrots on like it just I don't even know what that
right.
I just want to know what that is.
Yeah. Wow. Those are you're listing some all-time great fake meals. Like those, like the meal from from Hook is like I got to be in the Hall of Fame for like movie meals.
Oh yeah,
and the Mrs. Doubtfire of it all. I saw something recently, not to veer too far off. I saw a TikTok that was like top 10 richest cartoon characters. Like this is so. How could you ever know? You know what I mean? And it's like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, $3 billion. He owns this chemical, like the nuclear plant. And then number one was Scrooge McDuck, and it was like $55 trillion.
Yeah, he had a vault filled with gold, and the vault was made of gold.
It said, like, on the byline underneath, it's like, how did he earn his money? Through hard work and sound business investments. Like, he's a good guy.
Well, I think that's also he's the most believable rich guy because especially in that DuckTales movie, you don't realize it until you've been somewhere and you've had to maybe had the opportunity to fly on a private jet. Mm-hmm. When you see like, oh, this dude has all the money in the world, yet he still chose to fly on a plane that's two-prop flown by his nephew his or cousin buddy. Or somebody he knew.
The guy with the scarf.
Because he knew it would save him money.
That's right.
And he clearly didn't know how to fly the plane because he lands it like this and it folds over.
Yep.
And you're like, that is the most like just the cheapest.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like all the billionaires that went down to see the Titanic and they had that thing. You're like, you guys can all collectively buy a nuclear submarine.
Yeah, go down there.
You could make that happen.
Do it nice.
But you decided to go into a hot water tank.
Right. Powered by an Xbox controller.
And just cram in there.
And just unalive your child.
And then just jump down there and just like, who could have seen something bad happen?
James Cameron, that's who. And he'll tell you all about it if you let him.
Oh, I would love to have that I tried to tell him.
Yep.
Like he's
that was his first words out of his mouth on 60 Minutes was, "Yeah, I tried to tell him. I made Terminator 2, and I tried to tell him those are the two things about me."
You don't think I know what a submersible's supposed to look like? Oh, dude, you're crushing these. I'm sorry I have so many food questions.
No, it's all good.
This is a would you rather question.
Okay.
Would you rather use an iPad as your phone or go back to using a flip phone?
Back to using I walked it back immediately, didn't I?
Absolutely.
No, you know what? I'd use a flip phone. I don't really have a crazy explanation for it.
Just remember, there's no Bluetooth, there's no headphones, there's no GPS, none of that.
Yeah.
You can use the iPad as a phone, but still have all of the Bluetooth capabilities of the other one.
I'm going with the iPad. Let's move to the iPad.
But just remember that if you don't have your headphones in, you're going to have to answer.
Hello?
You're going to have to use your whole palm.
I think that's fine. Let's do an iPad.
I'm going to tell you something. That might be more entertaining than anything else. Just seeing somebody answer an iPad.
Hello?
Not for nothing, dude. I think we wrote your next online sketch situation.
I think you did.
Just using an iPad as your phone.
Just a heartbreaking conversation with my daughter. What? Oh my! Wrapped around a tree.
Just having to. I think even in public, seeing people that have conversations that are preceded by the most ridiculous ringtones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're just like it's just some kind of wild, or just even like I can't even think of like a weird animal noise.
Animal noise, like "Promiscuous" by Nelly Furtado. Like it's all part of the same family.
This is more of a personal one.
Mm-hmm.
But the next question.
Yes.
What was a birthday party theme you always wanted but never had?
Oh boy. Army. There was a kid named Reese that I grew up with, and he had an army-themed birthday party where it was like everybody got like camo, like on their like a little like thing on their face. We all got like fake like Nerf guns for the day, and it was like all of the games were like Army crawl across the yard, and like we're gonna have like a Nerf gun war, and like the cake was like green. It was I always wanted that themed birthday party. I never really had many themed birthday parties. It was always just like, all right, come here.
I got to tell you, the Army-themed birthday, that sounds pretty awesome.
It was a blast. I would give anything to go back to that day. It was a lot of fun. We pinned the tail on the sergeant.
Oh, dude.
It was fun.
As you can imagine, he was not very happy about it.
No. A lot of laps, but it was fun.
I went to a birthday party once where they had Nerf guns, and one of the parents or siblings was just reloading Nerf guns. So you would bring an empty Nerf gun, and then you'd set it down, and then you'd pick up a full Nerf gun.
Just a respawn station.
You never had to reload.
That's awesome.
And I was always so jealous of that. I think the thing that I always wanted was and it makes sense now, but like because I had a summer birthday, all I ever wanted was to have a costume party. Birthday.
Yeah.
I wanted to like dress up and I never understood. My mom was like, "You have a summer birthday." And I was like, "Well, what does that matter?"
Right.
Do people not have costumes? Who doesn't love to dress up?
Break them out.
It's like it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And I was never given one. Everybody goes, "Well, let's just go to the pool."
Yeah. No, we're going to get you one. We're going to get you one of these days.
Bro.
Yeah.
As my what I would like to say is my de facto brother.
Oh,
now.
wow.
I mean, bro.
Huge.
The levels that we've connected just through these questions.
I'm gonna show up at your house dressed like Darth Vader one day.
I mean, dude, I think we could.
birthday.
I think we could go through TSA. I think we could start at the same thing, and I think we would get through at the exact same time.
And I think they would like give us each shake our hands.
Yeah.
At the end, like the guy at the end's like, we've never seen such coordination.
I mean, should be an Olympic sport.
Yeah.
So, last question.
Oh boy.
It's the big one.
Yeah.
Chance, what hill would you die on?
Are you a dog lover, Justin?
I love dogs.
I love dogs too.
I love dogs.
You know, I love dogs so much that I'd like to see them live. And so my hill that I would die on is put your dog on a leash if you are in a public area.
Ooh.
That is the hill I will die on. I don't mean at the park. Let your dog, if it's especially a dog park, you can let the dog roam and do whatever it wants. If you are walking down a city street in this country, put the dog on a leash. Who are you trying to impress? No one. That's who, because no one cares. The only person who will care is you when your dog gets hurt or hurts another dog, heaven forbid, because you were too lazy to go and just click your dog in to its leash. I saw something happen when I was living in Chicago.
Oh, I know this is a very specific story.
Something happened to
The way
me.
your eyes lit up, I was like, there's a guy in Rhode Island that you drove past.
That's right. And it was in Chicago. I was living in like Lakeview, and I was walking. There was a guy who looked like he just got fresh out of a CrossFit class with his little dog that was walking alongside him. He was and this is where they get really indignant. They're holding the leash. They have the leash. It's already, and they're doing the effort to grip a leash is already happening, but they just don't have it for the dog. And so he's walking, and the dog is off leash, and we're walking down Broadway in Chicago, busy street. A dog on the other side of the street, sitting at a cafe with its owner, starts barking at this dog. This dog, training flies out the window. It's an animal. It starts running across the street to confront this dog that's barking at it. Gets hit by a bus. All because you didn't want to just put your doggy on a little leash. Now, the dog survived. Don't you worry. But I'm just saying, a lot of pain could have been avoided. And
Yeah.
and God is agreeing with me.
I'm going to tell you
right
something.
now.
The wild thing that you told that story, and right as you say, and the dog died, and the light went out.
Blow out the candle.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's my hill. I just say put your dog on a leash if you're walking around in public. Another one of mine is if you don't use your turn signal, I should get to hit you with my car. Like if you don't signal your turn, I should get to ram into the back of you.
I like both of these.
Perfect.
I think they're both great.
Perfect.
I think they're both things you could stand on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you run for office,
Yes.
these are both front-running issues.
Soon
that are going to put you over the top.
Thank you.
For whoever.
Thank you.
Because they're going to be a cat person.
Yep.
And they're going to be a non-turn signal enthusiast. I don't know what you would call that.
A real jerk.
Yeah.
Is what I would call them.
Chance, thank you so much. Where can everybody find you? Your social media handles.
Everything is at Chance is Loud. Chance is Loud. All one word. None of these underscores in my house. Get 'em out. Yeah.
Well, dude, thanks for coming by.
course.
You crushed today. It was so much fun.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
I had a blast.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah.
That was fun, man.